Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. Within the past week, unmistakable evidence has established the fact that a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on that imprisoned island. The purpose of these bases can be none other than to provide a nuclear strike capability against the Western Hemisphere. Only last Thursday, as evidence of this rapid offensive buildup was already in my hand, Soviet Foreign Minister Gromyko told me in my office that he was instructed to make it clear once again, as he said his government had already done, that Soviet assistance to Cuba, and I quote, pursued solely the purpose of contributing to the defense capabilities of Cuba, unquote. That, and I quote him, training by Soviet specialists of Cuban nationals in handling defensive armaments was by no means offensive. And that if it were otherwise, Mr. Gromyko went on, the Soviet government would never become involved in rendering such assistance, unquote. That statement also was false. Acting therefore in the defense of our own security and of the entire Western Hemisphere, and under the authority entrusted to me by the Constitution, as endorsed by the resolution of the Congress, I have directed that the following initial steps be taken immediately. To halt this offensive buildup, a strict quarantine on all offensive military equipment under shipment to Cuba is being initiated. All ships of any kind bound for Cuba, from whatever nation or port, will, if found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back. It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union. I call upon Chairman Khrushchev to halt and eliminate this clandestine, reckless, and provocative threat to world peace and to stable relations between our two nations. I call upon him further to abandon this course of world domination and to join in an historic effort to end the perilous arms race and to transform the history of man. Our goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere, and we hope around the world. God willing, that goal will be achieved.
The first head of state ever to visit Scotland arrives in Edinburgh to be greeted by Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. King Olaf V of Norway is welcomed warmly in the Scottish capital as he begins a 3-day visit marked by glittering pageantry. The King expressed pleasant surprise at his reception by the Queen and Prime Minister Macmillan. He said he was speechless at the unexpected welcome and at the warmth of the Scottish people. A ceremonial 2-mile drive in a horse-drawn carriage takes him through the heart of Edinburgh to the cheers of throngs that line the streets. Cavalrymen of Queen Elizabeth's personal household guard ride as the King's guard of honor, while the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders lend medieval color to the ceremonial parade. A right royal welcome for a visiting king. A princess who has found her way into the hearts of the Japanese people celebrates her birthday. Crown Princess Michiko, wife of the heir to the imperial throne, is 28, and her anniversary is marked throughout the nation. Prince Hiro, a bouncy 2.5 years, has special greetings for his mother on this occasion, and he seems all slicked up for the cameraman. The princess was a commoner before her royal marriage, but she has been accepted by the emperor's subjects with love and respect. An intense student, she is studying French and English in the time she can spare from her duties as a royal wife and mother. A happy portrait of the family that will one day rule Japan. undefeated and untied Texas meets Arkansas in Austin, with the Longhorns aiming to hold their top rank. It's Arkansas who mounts the first drive, with Billy Moore moving the ball with a pass to George Walker. Danny Brabham is able to drive down to the Texas 25, but here the drive stalls and the Razorbacks call on Tom McNally, who puts Arkansas ahead with a perfect field goal. The biggest crowd ever to witness a game here sees Texas get up ahead of steam in the final quarter. Johnny Ganung teams up with Charlie Talbert for 11 yards, and then they do the twin act again to bring the ball to the 7-yard line. Time is running out, and now it's do or die for the Longhorns. The Texans drive the ball to the 3 before Arkansas can stop them. 40 seconds to go. The louder sound is the clock ticking away. Then pandemonium as tailback Tommy Ford carries it over to keep Texas on top of the heap in the Southwest Conference.